Hi, I'm Vanessa.
And I'm Jessica.
Welcome to Ellie and Mac, and we're so excited to have you back in our podcast style videos. And this is where we talk about everything sewing.
Everything sewing.
And so today we're going to be talking about the mental health benefits of sewing, as well as talking about some of your awesome comments. So we're going to have so much fun today. Thank you for joining us again. So you may have noticed we're not in my sewing room. And the reason why we're not in my sewing room is because you just got off such a fun vacation with your 3 boys and your husband, and you got home, like midnight or 1 o'clock?
It was a little after midnight, yeah.
Yeah. So I thought you could relax. So you on vacation, and I got new couches, and I thought, let's give you a vacation from your vacation, and we'll sit comfortable. Because last time we weren't very comfortable. We were on wooden chairs, and you could hear them creaking. So.
Yeah, and I saw your couches the other day before I left on my trip, but I was like in the garden, and I didn't want to mess up her new nice couches.
Yeah, you can tell my husband picked these because they're so light.
But they're gorgeous.
They are gorgeous.
And they match with everything.
And they're comfortable. But
that's not important.
Yeah, being comfortable is important. So let's kind of dive right into our topic today. Our topic actually came to us from Amanda, and it's about the flow state that happens when we're sewing. It's that we're into a project, and then we think, oh, this is only 3 hours. We've only been here for 30 minutes, but it's been
like 3-4 hours.
Yeah, and it's like almost like this meditative state. Have you gotten into that when you're sewing a project where you're just like, wovens do that for me?
Wovens do?
Yes, it's like the instructions are right there, and then there's just like this like order of operations that come with wovens where like I really can get into that. Do you get into that as well? With what kind of gets you into that mood of, oh?
I feel like anything that's like a long project, but I can see what you mean with wovens because I think the knit projects tend to happen so fast.
Yes.
But with wovens, you're like finishing the seam and doing this way and that way, and you're maybe trying to figure something out. But yeah.
Well, and Jessica actually makes more bags than. You make clothes at this point. You've been making a ton of bags.
I've been making a lot of bags.
Do you get into that flow state, or is it more like you have an obstacle after obstacle and you're trying to overcome those?
It's probably both, but definitely like on the days in which my kids are at school and I like start sewing at like 8:30 as fast as I possibly can get in there. Like I look up and I'm like, I haven't ate lunch. I haven't taken a It's like 1-2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yes, I get there too, where I'm like, it's like, how do you like start the flow state, but then you also have the self-care part of it like that, and then you're like, and when do I clean the house?
You don't. Just kidding.
No, I'm like, I
tonight.
Tonight. I know. I've been kind of having that happen a lot too, where like my husband gets home and I'm like trying to help him do the dishes. I'm like, hey, kids, we gotta vacuum, we gotta do this, we gotta do this. And then he gets home and we're all like, okay. I have not been sewing all day long.
Well, so it's probably different for everyone. So if you're like working full time, 8 to 5, something like that, and maybe it's like you eat dinner and then you're like up till midnight. I don't know, or it's the weekend. So let us know. Like, have you felt the flow state? When do you get into it?
And I honestly think that the flow state, I'm liking that better than the runner's high. I don't think the runner's high exists.
It does.
Okay. Well, I'm still an asthmatic, so maybe I can handle the flow state of sewing. I cannot handle the runner's high. So if you're more excited about the flow state, put it in the comments. We'll be going over your comments later. We're so excited. You guys have been so fun.
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk about the other health benefits. What today is about is to make it so you don't feel guilty sewing. That is...
You shouldn't feel guilty sewing because there are a lot of health benefits to sewing.
Yeah, we're gonna just take your guilt away. So if you're like, should I sew today or should I do that load of laundry? We're gonna say, we got you. We're gonna make sure that you feel good about sewing after today. So I talked about this a lot, and I'm actually talking about it in my next video too. It's how to like incorporate the lessons of Bob Ross, which is like the best philosopher of our time, right?
Bob Ross.
Find the joy in painting.
The joy in painting. I was going to say, what is his slogan?
The joy of painting. But we turned that around and we had the joy of sewing. And I try to do that project with that happy thoughts and, happy accidents and just enjoying it, like, because I've been trying to learn how to sew. And, it did.
Oh, you mean paint?
No. I took the Bob Ross theory of painting and I extrapolated it and I put it to sewing.
Okay, but you're trying to learn how to sew like you paint Bob Ross.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Yes, right? Like, so happy. Don't put down the seam ripper. Just for like a project. Put down the seam ripper, let will be, and you'll end up with being happy and sewing. And, you know, it's a great way to work with that gauze. Have you ever worked like double gauze?
I have some, but I've never used it.
Because it's stressful.
Yeah.
But if you sew it like Bob Ross, it's going to be okay.
Then you're happy.
Then you're happy. But I did get this rush of happiness sewing like that. And it made me think about it because sometimes I'm a little bit of a perfectionist when I sew. And so I'm like, let's just throw that all out and try it. And so what I've learned is that with sewing, it's kind of repetitive. It's a repetitive motions. It's your hands. It's the sounding of the sewing machine. And all of these things are kind of relaxing to our, you got to say it, I can't say it.
Oh, parasympathetic.
Yes. I get it, and then it's gone. Like those are just certain words that I'm just like, I see it, I hear it, I say it, and then the next time I say it, it's gone.
So it's the parasympathetic system, right?
So you're nervous. Yeah, it's part of your nervous system.
Yeah.
Yes. And so what this does with our sewing, with all that repetition, with that, like even just like feeling the texture of the fabric, I think it just helps lower that cortisol level. And that's our stress hormone. And, you know, having a way to escape into our like sewing and just let that lower is just so important. It also is a dopamine release.
We need dopamine.
We need it. That's our happy feelings when we're doing something. And it's a dopamine release whenever you're doing a hard project and then you get finished with that project and you're just like, yes, I got this. I got the world. And I love that. Do you get that a lot?
Yeah, and even if it's like a smaller thing, like especially sometimes with these bag projects I've been doing, like sometimes it's one like part of the process. Like, oh, I have never seen this type of pocket before. I've installed it. I did it and it looks good. Or my top stitching looks amazing. Even the little wins, I would say.
Yeah. And I notice it. Like, I get really like happy and chatty. Like, I bring that up to my family. I'm like, let's make something fun for dinner. Let's do this. Let's do this. And that energy, you can feel it. And it just comes where you're just have this moment of happiness.
Sewing equals improving relationships.
Oh, yeah. It makes you a happy mama.
Yeah. Or a happy friend, or a happy anything, right?
Happy wife, happy life. Isn't that the saying? Bring that sewing in, and then tell your husband, happy life, happy life. It's there. And then we also have the serotonin boost, and that's that rhythmic nature coming back in, and it helps us feel calm. And I kind of get that. Like, I feel like whenever you're stressed and you're like, let's just take it to my sewing room.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, let's just do an easy project. Let's just do this top that I've made so many times. Let's make it one more time. Or this dress I love. And it's like that. I think you can really kind of pick your projects based on your moods.
Yeah. Because it's not stressful in that moment. It's just calming and fun. And yeah.
You can have like a little bit of a release and just feel how that your calm space. So it was just really interesting this last couple weeks, just trying to figure out and learn the benefits of sewing. And I tell you this all the time that, you know, I really do feel like it's one way that helps me deal with the brain fog of having activated mast cell syndrome is that, you know, having these hobbies, like making my brain step out and, you know, trying something different and just really getting those different neural pathways. And that is something that happens with sewing as well.
Yeah. Well, I would say, you know, I remember when I was younger in school, I would have like all these things like math and reading, and you have your homework for it, and it keeps your brain activated and everything. And as you get older, if you don't do those things that continue to activate your brain, you might end up with like Alzheimer's or something, right? Yeah. It's supposed to really help with your brain function to continue. And I feel like the math involved even with sewing and everything, even if it's just a little bit of the measuring of the hems and everything.
Well, there is a dementia risk. Like there's like it reduces that risk of dementia because it is that constant learning is making your brain have all these different pathways. And it's just really good for your brain. Oh my goodness, please tell me that's not one of ours. Okay, those are not ours, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Those are not ours.
Brown and gray.
We have some chickens loose. We're usually not up here. We're usually in the basement. We cannot see out the window. And I have 7 chickens that we love dearly. And I like look over the field. I'll have to show you this, but there's like chickens loose with the cows. And I'm like, those are not my babies. Those
You
are not
just
my
got new
babies.
chickens, so I was like, I don't think they are, but I don't remember what they all look like anymore.
My new ones are tiny. Oh my goodness, that was a little scary.
Your
for me.
chickens are not dying in with the cows.
Somebody else's chickens.
They're fine. There's no cows about.
There's fun.
Yes.
Yeah, just over there with chickens. Okay, the cows are over. Okay, so we also have a field that's behind both of us.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, we get to see the cows all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And we get to pull all the weeds. And I think after doing all that yard work, it's kind of nice to come back to sewing, right?
Yeah. Well, and you know what? There's like seasons for it too, right? With sewing. Like I think for me, in the wintertime when I'm not having to worry about, well, not having to, I like gardening, but having to worry about all the extra stuff, right? Then you can focus more on the sewing and then it's exciting.
Once I have like all my like flowers like in there and they're like looking beautiful, and then it hits 100 degrees, I'm like, yep, time to be in my basement.
Sewing time again.
Cool. Sewing time again. Yeah, like for me, I really actually enjoy sewing a lot in the summer because you're out and about more people are seeing you, and so it's kind of fun to have like these nice clothes.
Yeah, new fun things to wear.
Yeah, and so I do enjoy that part of it. I do like sewing in the summer. In the winter, I kind of get like, I want to read books, like you know, like if
I've been on a book theme.
It has been so bad. And so I thought, oh, okay, this is a little off topic, but I'm like, I'm just going to go in and like pick like books by their cover. I know you're not supposed to do that, but if you pick books by like beautiful covers, you know, you're going to cry. Like the prettiest covers of the books somehow
make you cry most?
Equate to like the most, oh yeah. I have read about smallpox while you were on vacation. Before the Revolutionary War, World War II in Austria. Oh my goodness. It has been a bummer.
Those are some heavy topics.
Yeah, it has been a lot. There's just, I could go on. Like, yeah, I think I've read like 4 books since you've been gone. On my couch.
5 days.
It's so bad though. It happens so fast. Like,
well, I feel like reading could be another place in which you get that flow state.
I think so too. So, okay, for me, okay, you're gonna have to put in the comments, what time do you find the best time to sew for you? And for me, it's like after I eat dinner and I start getting tired and all that, I'm like, I don't want to sew. Like I am just
That's
exhausted.
reading time.
That's my reading time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just after dinner when my stomach's full. I don't want to move. I'm like, let's curl up with this book. Let's like enjoy that time. Whereas in the morning, it's like, okay, I've cleaned up, I've exercised, I've taken a shower, I've earned my sewing time.
Yeah.
It's like the opposite of Cinderella.
Wow.
Where, well, because you know, like Cinderella, she like had to clean, of course, first.
Oh yes.
And then she sewed her dress, but then she went to the ball.
Yes.
There is no ball here.
Yeah. The ball is the sewing.
The ball is the sewing.
Yes.
Like she had a good life. Like she's out there feeding her chickens. Like I feed the chickens, you know, getting everything ready. And then it was not a good life. I take that back. It was not a good life.
She got a good life in the end.
She got a good life in the end. And I feel like being able to accomplish things feels like good.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that's a fairy tale once you hit 30 or 40. It's like through the rest of your life, like in your 20s and your teens, you're like, this is the fairy tale to become a princess. And then you get our age, you're like, the fairy tale is when you can add a little hobby in there and you can really enjoy your time.
And get to bed on time.
Get to bed on time. Yeah. Like, I don't know how y'all do it. You guys who can like sew after 8 o'clock.
Sometimes you have to.
Yeah. You guys
That
are
might
amazing.
be the only time that you could.
My brain is off. Like it is gone. It's like once the lights go out, I'm just like, the lights go out.
And I think some people are night owls and they get more creativity at night. Yeah. So yeah, let us know in the comments, what time is your golden hour for sewing?
Oh, I like that golden hour. That's perfect. All right. So we've kind of taken away some of the guilt. So what are some personal benefits to sewing, do you feel like, besides your closet?
Yeah. Well, I think that just the figuring out of how everything works together and understanding, like sometimes when you're thinking about sewing, like it really like makes your brain work hard.
Yeah.
And turning over all those 3D pieces in your mind. And then beyond that, even just the having to maintain your machines and understand how they work and making sure everything works as you're sewing has helped me in my daily life. Like I feel like I can figure things out better. Like, even if it has nothing to do with sewing, but I'm looking at some other machine, or I'm trying to figure out how to make this thing work over here. Do you feel like that has worked for you too?
I do. I feel like my measuring skills are like top notch now.
Uh-huh.
Like I could win like a bet going, how long is that? And I could tell you it down to like the 1/8 of a meter or 1/8 of an inch.
Uh-huh.
Like I feel like that has been an improvement. And then yeah, just like that, it has alleviated so much of the brain fog for me where it's like, okay. And then it's taught me that I can take that deep breath. Like I've taught yoga for years. Like I started doing yoga when I was 15. I've been teaching just this fun community class for like a decade. And even with that much practice, I feel like it was sewing that was like actually a place where I could be like, okay, and take a deep breath, refocus, figure out what the next step is. And like I love that I can like take that imaginative, like I can imagine what I want to wear and then I can create that. And just that ability to like think of something to be able to accomplish it, I feel like it just is like that self-reliance. Like I got this.
Totally.
I can do this.
Confidence.
Yeah, it helps build your confidence and and it's out of a way from like social media where it's like I feel like with social media it's like you're trying to seek validation and like who are you trying to seek this validation? It's really hard, but you know when you can actually take a project and actually accomplish it, I feel that it's like yes, I did it.
You're validating yourself.
You're validating yourself with that cute top. And then you feel cute. And it helps build confidence. There you go. Feel good about sewing, guys. You guys are doing awesome.
Well, and if you were teaching a kid to sew, I think you would have those same benefits. Like you would teach your child and they would get that confidence. They would get better with their hands. They would understand more about how the like things in the world work.
And you taught sewing just for summer.
Yeah.
And you were teaching with other people. And I feel like it was a different kind of structure. It was a structure that you didn't really enjoy.
It wasn't. No, I don't think it was too bad. It was hard because I was jumping into somebody else's program.
Yes.
And so I didn't get to structure it. I just kind of like jumped in and kind of just made it work, but yeah.
I think it is good for kids. So this is what this is what I'm kind of getting to. I feel like there is this like bonding that can happen when you invite your kids into your sewing room and you guys like start problem solving together where you help them pick a pattern and you go through it and you feel the fabric and you get to guide them. And I feel like that's what's so wonderful about these, like right now, there's so much knowledge and information out there. Yeah. And to be able to like take an Ellie Mac pattern and take your child and pick out the fabric together and go and work through all the steps together. And it's like,
it's bonding.
It's bonding. And it's so much cheaper than paying somebody else to teach your child.
Well, that's true. But if you don't know how to, you kind of have to.
Then you learn together. You can learn together.
Maybe you learn together because you have Ellie Mac and you can take the sewing course together.
You can.
You know what? There's actually a couple people who have said they're doing that. Like it was a mom and daughter, and they're both doing the sewing course together, which I thought was so fun.
Oh, see, I love that. And with that course, you can. But yeah, I just feel like that there's just that like space to be with your kids and to just teach them. And it's not just like girls or like my son enjoys sewing just as much as my daughter. My son enjoys cooking and my daughter likes baking. Yeah. And it's just like those spaces where it's like, you know what? It doesn't have to cost so much and like really just enjoy this moment with your child. Yeah. And like going and feeling fabric is like the greatest thing ever.
Well, one of my kids and he wanted to make something, so we made a pillowcase and he sleeps on that every night. And he gets to feel like I made this.
That like, confidence. Yes.
Yeah.
I just think it's great. All right.
Great.
Let's move on to your guys' comments because we love your comments. I hope you know that we read these comments and they make us smile so much. Yeah. So Sheila Powers, I'm hoping I'm saying that right. 4566. We loved your comments. Like, oh my goodness. The Moo Moo comment about how, the dolls and the nightgowns, those are called Moo Moos. And actually, we've been watching Little Golden Girls in this house. And I'm like, yeah, you're seeing the Moo Moos.
The Moo Moos.
How did that happen? Where Moo Moos came back in style, and we're like, it's a haunted nightgown. Like, what does that say about us?
Yeah, that is interesting.
I guess
that's the color.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's the color. Yeah. So just take your Moo Moos, make them white, and then you're trendy.
You're trendy.
And we learned something. Okay, and then And I love how she says that she will get tangled up at night. I am agreeing with you. I would probably wake up with it over my head.
Depending on how much you turn around at night, you might be twisted around.
Yeah, I think I would be. Yeah, it would just. I don't know. Maybe it's not for me. Maybe you guys have convinced me that is not for me. Okay, and then let's talk about the Spanish girl. Okay,
yes.
So this is so funny. So I am half Spanish, and so I call everyone who is like she's from Colombia, Diana. So we were talking about Diana, but I was saying Spanish because I consider myself Spanish, and so the Spanish girl is Diana.
Latina.
I guess I should call her Latina. But anyways,
however we want to call it, but that is Diana.
We're sorry we confused you. Is basically what I'm trying to say. Yes. I am so sorry I confused you with my oddness. All right. We love the comment from Shakira. No, is it Shakira? Yeah, Shakira.
Shakira in Stitches.
Oh my goodness. I love that. And so, yeah. Thank you so much. We're happy that you're having fun with us, and we get it. That quilting is like it's rough. Like I did make like a bag for like an art project for a school thing. We made like we had the kids make these like little coffee filter birds, like where they made like they drew on it and they put in alcohol, and then it was kind of like a mobile. Yeah. And then I made like a birdseed bag to go with it. I quilted that, and it was fun doing the free motion. Yeah. But then I'm like, I don't think I want to really quilt. And so, but yeah, thank you so much again for your comments. Do you want to do this one right here?
Yeah, so Pat Walker 2501, she said she had like a lot of seasons of learning to sew, making garments out of the envelope. Then for their children, which didn't require any fitting changes, and then sewing with friends and everything. And it was fun to see like all the different like seasons of your sewing life. And you said you did some quilting and then had to do some more fitting adjustments because, just a different age and body, and it's just really neat to see that.
We loved your comments. We're actually talking about that together quite a bit because there is this season. And okay, so me and Jessica, we've been making some funny reels. If you haven't seen our Elizabethan one, go ahead, go check it out.
Just posted this last week.
So I sent it to my sister-in-law, and she goes, you know what I really love about these is that you guys are doing it together. And when I would look at this comment, it makes me like, and so there's seasons where, you went and did the quilting bee. And I love that. It's like, just like that, how to bring people together and like create friends. And so my daughter's kind of getting older and she's going to dances and stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, you ask them, what high school do you go to? And then what hobbies do you have? And then if there's a hobby that you like, you go, oh, I love that too. And like just teaching her how to talk to people, boys or whoever. And I'm like, we really need to do that as an adult. Yeah. Sometimes you need to like learn some stuff. So when people go, oh, I like to sew, you're like, I like to sew too, or I like to hike, and having those things. And just having that hobby of I like to sew has like helped me make friends with people who are a lot younger and a lot older.
Yeah, you just have that commonality so you can talk about things.
Yeah, so the more hobbies you have, I think that's great. It does help you build friendship, and there are places where you can build communities with sewing. And so, I don't know. I just love that comment.
Even online. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people that I've chatted with like on social media that I never would talk to if I wasn't sewing. Yeah. And then it's been really fun.
It connects you with people like all around the world when you like share your sews. Yeah, we've talked with Diana about that. She's like, I need to like talk to people about sewing, and she has these, she's made good friends, including us, just from being online. And so and talking about sewing, just talking, and it pulls you away from all the weird algorithms. Like you're like, come to our corner of social media. Just the sewing corner. It's relaxing.
I was chatting with some old friends of mine the other day, and we were talking about algorithms. Yeah. Like, what is your algorithm? And somebody was saying, I just get a lot of cats on my feed.
Oh, I love it.
And I was like, cats? That's interesting. Yeah. Doesn't everyone see cats on their feed? No. No, not everybody. And so we were all talking about, like, what's on your feed? And so mine was like sewing, gardening, random meteorological weather events. I don't know why that one came up.
That's super cool.
But thinking about what your algorithm is might tell you what you're interested in, but hopefully sewing's in there.
Sewing is definitely in mine. And I don't think I go on it enough lately because I go on it now and I'm like, why do I need like shampoo for my hair? Like that's, and then is your hair thinning? If are you getting hot flashes? Are you getting this?
It's just an age thing. They're just trying to cast a net.
It's stressing me out. It is like it's been like I'm like starting to get a complex. I'm like, no, I don't have dry, itchy, thinning hair. Do I need to be worried about that? No, I'm not having hot flashes yet. Stop saying that word. No, so I don't know. There's something going on with mine. Like I wish it was just sewing and chickens. Like that's all I need in life.
Sewing and chickens.
Sewing and chickens. But if you don't go on there enough, then you're
interesting
like
things might pop up to see like where you're at in life.
You walk away and then you're like, girl, am I perimenopausal? I don't know.
Don't slow down over any of those.
I know, it's so scary. Oh my gosh, that is exactly. I'm like, oh no, it caught my eye, come on, stop it. Like
you can also say not interested.
I know, sometimes I do the not interested.
Yeah.
But it's so stressful. Like
So if you're on social media, let us know what's on your algorithm.
Yeah, let us know. And
hopefully Ellie Mac pops up for you.
Well, and sometimes I like trying to get ideas from something, and then like you slow down on it, and then like you sent me a hair one today, and then
that was unrelated to hair though.
I know it was unrelated, but I took a shower. I scrubbed my hair.
I did not.
I did. I showered twice. I'm like, do I have issues?
It had nothing to do with hair. It was an idea.
It had nothing to do with hair. This is what's so safe about YouTube. You just pick what you like, and then it just leads the way.
My algorithm is like my kid's algorithm.
Oh,
I just get random
I
stuff.
get that too.
I don't even know what's going on over there.
My son, yes, he's been watching so many like meat cooking things. Like he's like going through that rapid growth phase.
Yeah.
So he's like, let's do a steak here and like burgers and stuff. I'm like, just turn it off. I'm so hungry.
So yeah, your algorithm makes you hungry. That's what I was gonna say. That's so funny. So we love your comments. That's the point, and we would like to read more of them. So please leave some in this video too.
And yes, I loved this. I had started quilting in high school, so I remember sewing in high school, and I made pajama pants. Did you make pajama pants?
I still have my pajama shorts.
I remember mine was like sunflower fabric, and then I was talking to my friend about what she was making, and I guess her and her friend decided to like split the fabric, but like they both cut it out. So like instead of having like one like this one, like one color and the other like the other color, it turned out the front was one and then the back was the other one.
Party in the back.
Yeah, party in the back. Like, business. I don't know. But yeah, it was definitely a party in the back. And so like, but then it's like, oh, I get that. Like you cut on fold and then you got the, pattern in the front and not in the back. So
yeah.
Anyways, it was like, it's so funny. High school sewing. Yes, I get it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for welcoming us. I know this is like a different type of video, but we have so much fun. Thank you again.
Yeah. And this is video number 3. So if you haven't seen number 2 and number 1, you can go back and watch those. And we talk about all sorts of things.
Yeah. We have fun. Yeah. We do have fun. So if you don't have a community where you are, come and join ours. And you can look at elliemac.com and join our community there too. If you don't want to fight the algorithm, you don't want to shampoo your hair twice, come over to Ellie Mac.
Yeah. elliemac.com sewing community group tab on the top. Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. Well, thank you again. Like, subscribe, and just thank you for being here. We appreciate you, and happy sewing.
Yeah. See you next time.